Welcome to No Man's Sky's Expeditions mode, and in this part what I want to do is complete the glass bead milestone, and in order to do that we've got to find a abyssal treasure which is located in underwater ruins. Now I'm going to be completely honest, this is my second attempt at this. The first attempt didn't go that well. What I did was I started off with doing the let's go into here, the Dreams of the Deep mission, if I can find it here, because if you do the Dreams of the Deep mission, what you can get is the Nautilon template for free, and also the underwater scanner, which is something you're going to need to be able to find the submerged ruins. And of course I did that in the previous part, but what actually happened was I did the Dreams of the Deep, I got the Nautilon, I got the underwater scanner, and then I ended up doing 4 underwater ruins, and I didn't get the abyssal horror. And also what actually happened was the game started bouncing me backwards and forwards between 2 of them. I wasn't making any progress, so after about 2.5 hours I decided that I wasn't making any progress. So what I'll do is, for any of you who don't know the Dreams of the Deep mission, I'll just run through it. What happens is when you get the Dreams of the Deep triggers, it sends you to a location which then gives you a bit of intro to the story. Then it then sends you to a crashed ship which is actually underwater, and then what you have to do is swim down to that ship, and next to that crashed ship is a beacon. And if you can interact with the beacon, what it does is it gives you the template to the Nautilon and the fuel template as well. Now another way you can do this is actually go to the anomaly, but I think there's a bit of a bug at the moment, in the sense that if you buy the template for the Nautilon, you don't get the fuel template. And I'm not sure where you'd get that if you don't do the Dreams of the Deep. Then what happens is, once you deploy the Nautilon and put some fuel in it and cruise around for a little while, the game then gives you a location to a building which you go to, and it's guarded by 2 horrors which you've got to destroy, and in there you get the template for the underwater scanner. Now one thing I will say is, if you intend to pick up the crashed ship, if the crashed ship's any good, make sure to drop a custom marker next to your original ship which you've got parked on an island, because what will happen, because if you take the ship, what you're going to end up with is a damaged ship underwater. So you need to be able to find your way back to your original ship to get back into it, so that you could use the ship, because it's very important to have a mobile ship when you're doing this mission, because there's no underwater saves. Therefore the only way you can save is to return to an island, summon your ship in, and then jump in the ship and get out again. The first thing we've got to do now is we've got to go down underwater, and what we're going to have to do. So once we're down underwater here, if we come in here, up to the tech tree, go to the exocraft, up, and then of course what we're going to have to do is just deploy the Nautilon. You can see I've got the resources for it, which is 5 metal plating, 4 crystal sulfide, and 100 salt. We've got the ship there now. And I'm just going to jump into the ship so that I don't drown. It also pays, if you're going to do this mission, to make sure you've got quite a lot of stacked technologies to allow breathing. But technically, once you've got the Nautilon, you only nearly need 1 of these. But to get the Nautilon template from the Dreams of the Deep, you do need a bit of protection. The other thing I've also done is I've got myself an upgrade for the Humboldt drive, because one of the problems I had with when I was doing it before was that I was going through a lot of fuel. I'm hoping to get a little bit more fuel usage from that. Something else you also need is hypnotic eyes, which you get from the underwater horrors, and living pearls, because those are the items you've got to give to the underwater ruins. And hopefully what we're going to do now is throw out a scan, and we're going to find an underwater submerged ruin. Or not, because this is one of the frustrating elements of this mission, is that you're not the actual underwater ruins aren't obligedly put in any starting location. You're not guided to them, you've got to find them. So this does become a little bit of a, how can you say, a mission in persistence. So what I would strongly recommend is that you only do this mission when you've got plenty of time. Okay. Any more around here? Okay, let's just scan these fishes, because they're all underwater creatures, are quite profitable in their own way. So what we're going to have to do now is we're just going to have to sail out until we find it. Now, underwater ruins are found in deep water, so what you need to do is try and find some deep water. Although what the game's definition of deep water is quite abstract, really. And we're just going to sail here. And while we're actually sailing around, I'm just going to kind of give you a bit of a tour of things you can pick up here, like these armoured clams. Don't get too close to them when they open up, you'll take some damage like that. I mean, if I don't use them for the underwater ruins, I mean, there's a little bit of profit to be made from them. So, we're just going to push off in this direction. The other thing you also want to do is collect some, well, there's some minerals there. You need to have the resources to actually make that unidentified plant there. Certainly a lot of armoured clams here. Let's grab that. Up in there. And we're just going to set sail and see what we can find. The upgrade makes a bit of a difference because manoeuvring underwater in this ship can be a little bit kind of tedious. It's probably the polite word of saying it. Or there's some... just going to show you guys this as well. This is where you get the crystal sulfate. And what you want to do is always stay well away from them. So you get that, and if you get caught in that jet of hot water, you can take a lot of damage. Up in the ship. Starting to wonder whether we're actually deep enough yet. This is actually quite shallow. Okay, we found a submerged ruin. Found our first one. And when you're actually in the ship, it doesn't tell you how far it's away, but what you can do is jump out. It says 25 minutes. Wow. So we're going to go 25 minutes. Although in the actual... although actually in the Northland it's a lot less. It's about 5 minutes it's going to take us to get there. So we're just going to go off cruising and see what we can find. So here we are, we've finally arrived. It's taken me roughly 10 minutes to get here. I've used up a complete fuel cell to do it, and hopefully this might be the one. We're going to come here, refracted lights. The voice speaks, but the words are no longer make sense. Whatever song the sea sings now, it does so in a tongue beyond my comprehension. Make her an offering. This is what I've been looking for. And you can see, if we make an offering, hypnotic eye. And that's it. And I actually got it on the first attempt this time. I'm absolutely amazed. And we got crying spores as well. And that is exactly what you're meant to do. But I want to temper this video with a very clear statement. This is probably the 5th undersea ruin that I've actually visited in this series. So don't think that I'm doing this first time. It's just purely luck. Maybe the game felt sorry for me, the fact that I hadn't been able to complete the mission in the previous attempt, so it's actually given it to me there. This is the reason why you definitely need to bring hypnotic eyes with you when you do this mission. And we've now completed this mission. Nice, short and sweet and straight to the point. And that was very short and sweet and straight to the point. Of course, we're going to take a look at what we're going to get for this. So what we're going to get is efficient water jets plans, void eggs, salt, Supreme's submarine drive upgrade ×3. So we're going to collect that. So we got efficient water jets. Now that is for the exosuit. And we're just going to... And we've now completed this mission. And I'm just going to get up into here so that I don't drown. And we'll just have a look here and see what we've got. So we've got Humboldt drive module. Wow. Acceleration and fuel efficiency, acceleration and fuel efficiency. Well, I bought an upgrade which I didn't really need. So that adds another 55%. It's just going to help me on the way back to the... I'm not sure if I put a fourth one on, it's going to... No, it's going to break it, so we're going to have to deconstruct that one. I've now got a very efficient Humboldt drive. Of course, we're going to need to put some fuel in it. And of course, this is not over because of that, the difference in speed now. Those upgrades make a big difference. Of course, the problem now is I've got to find an island so I can summon my ship in. My ship's probably a long way away now. Yeah, my ship's 27 minutes away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go looking for an island so that I can summon my ship in. There's one over there. So we'll just go and grab that. So we'll just park the Humboldt drive there. We're up on here and we should be able to now summon our ship in. Jump in the ship. More importantly, drop a save. Just to give a quick recap now, that completes the glass bead. And that means I've now completed phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And to complete the navigator, all I've got to do now is just put down on lots and lots of buildings and drop manual saves. And I need another, what's that, 14 to complete that mission. And that's what I will be doing in the next and final part, because once we got that, we can then claim the ultimate prize, which is the golden shippers, I think, if we complete this. Wow. Anyway, that's for the next part. So hope you enjoyed this very short video, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.